Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Next Man Up podcast. It's been a little bit. I'm your host, Wyatt. Just kind of wanted to talk about some things. So basically, obviously, I've been posting a while. Just been a lot going on, with school, everything like that. Just we're approaching finals week, so it's just been kind of a grind this month. But I really wanted to get back and record. Austin couldn't join me today. We just kind of have some like scheduling issues, and it seems like we're not really available at the same time. So I think I'm just gonna kind of move forward with myself and just see how everything goes. Then of course have some guests on throughout the way, including Austin. But today, just gonna be me. I just want to come on for something. Obviously, the NFL draft is this coming Thursday. It's currently Wednesday. I just want to provide with one more mock draft because a lot has changed since the last episode. And I kind of just give a quick mock draft, a little updated one. Just something small and then maybe some baseball talk after. So yeah, I just want to start with the okay, we'll start the mock draft right now. And okay, so we're on the clock. Jaguars, obviously, nothing really to say here. This is quite obvious. It's going to be Trevor Lawrence, quarterback at Clemson, best prospect in a very long time, probably since Andrew Luck. Always has been number one in everything he's done. So he's going to go one, no brainer there. Number two on the clock, New York Jets. Um, it's going to be Zach Wilson. You can pretty much write the ticket now. It's very obvious at this point. It's pretty much a guaranteed pick, just like the Jaguars. So now number three. This is where things get really interesting. I cannot wait for Thursday. It's going to be awesome. Um, I also think it's so great how everyone's looking for this draft, and it's a draft. It's so awesome. And number three, this is a very highly debated topic recently. Obviously, you know, who are they going to pick? What's going to go on with this? So at number three, I have the San Francisco 49ers taking Mac Jones out of Alabama. Uh, I think Mac Jones, this is probably his best landing spot. Absolutely. I think it gives him the best chance to succeed there in San Francisco. You got Kyle Shanahan, great GM, great defense, great O line, um, awesome weapons. I just think this is such a great landing spot. And the reasoning, you can go back and forth. Maybe they'll pick Fields, maybe they'll pick Lance. But I think the situation is that Kyle Shanahan wants to win now. And Mac Jones is a guy you can do that with, especially with what he has around him on this team or what he will have around him. I think this is honestly becoming guaranteed at this point as well, just like Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson to their teams. I think this is, and I don't hate the pick. I don't hate Mac Jones personally. I think he's one of the last of kind of that dying breed, it seems like, of just pure pocket passer quarterbacks, stable feet, things like that. And the guys like that win Super Bowls. That's just, look at the last five Super Bowls. Look who won them. Okay, so moving on, we have the Atlanta Falcons. This is also, I have no idea what's going to go on here, but I'm going to go with Kyle Pitts. I think with Kyle Pitts, depending on if they trade Julio, let's say if they keep Julio, the past 5 years, it seems like they've had trade rumors for Julio and it's never gone through. But I think this year it could actually happen. So Kyle Pitts, this would probably create the best offense in the NFL easily. But I think they have a lot of other needs to address besides tight end. I think Hayden Hurst is fine, but getting Kyle Pitts, it's not a boring pick. You're going to get a lot of popularity for this, and the offense is just going to be insane. And you're kind of putting a lot of faith in Matt Ryan as well, which I think is completely fair. Still a top 15 quarterback in this league, and he'll put up numbers. So I'm interested to see the Falcons do, but I think they'll go Kyle Pitts. Hearing quarterback today, though. from Kyle Pitts himself, but I still think they go tight end. Um, but yeah, moving on, pick 5, you have the Cincinnati Bengals. This is, I feel like a no-brainer for them, but I don't know what they can do. I'm taking Penei Sewell. There's been a lot of chatter where it's like maybe they'll go Slater, maybe they'll go Jamar Chase. But I think at the end of the day, that's kind of all just hype, and I think they're going to go with Penei Sewell. Just a really perfect fit there. You need to protect Joe Burrow. I don't see the point in drafting Jamar Chase. He'll be the wide receiver 3 there on the depth chart. They have plenty of weapons. They're fine there. They need to get O-line. And if they get Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow is not going to have any time to throw to them. So I could also see if Kyle Pitts fell to the Bengals, them picking him. But I think Falcons go Pitts at 4. So going to pick 6, Dolphins have this. I think they go Jamar Chase. I think they should probably take a tackle as well. I would have liked it if they stayed at 12. Honestly, I didn't really see the point in moving up, but I think they really like Chase, and they're just trying to put the best situation around Tua, which makes sense. But I think they need O-line a lot more than wide receiver in my opinion. But they really like Chase, so I think they'll go Chase at pick 6. All right, pick 7. The Lions. There's a lot they could do here. They could go quarterback. They could go wide receiver. They could even go tackle. Defense. Defense is obviously a huge hole. That's kind of what's holding them back. I'm going to eliminate quarterback. I think they stick with Jared Goff just for a few years. They'll figure out quarterback later. He's a fine bridge quarterback. So pick 6, I think they're going to go. There's a lot of chatter. Devontae Smith or Jalen Waddle. I think they'll go Devontae Smith here. I think they kind of like that Heisman Trophy award that he has, and just kind of I don't think the size is an issue at all for Devontae Smith whatsoever. I think once you're in a NFL weight room, he'll bulk up for sure, and even then, it's completely fine. There's a lot of wide receivers who succeed with his build, so I think people are kind of really blowing it out of proportion than it really should be. So, pick 8. Another team that can do a lot of things here, Panthers. I think they go Micah Parsons. I think there's a lot of need on defense for the Panthers. I think Micah Parsons kind of brings that. Just an elite run stopper. Can also be great in coverage. He's the best defensive player in this draft in a very heavy offensive draft. I think he's easily the best defensive player. So number 9, the Denver Broncos. Again, I think there's one need. This is a very good roster that is a quarterback away from, honestly, I don't think it's crazy to say, competing with the Chiefs in that division. I think with a good quarterback, this is a 11-5 team, 12-4 even maybe. They got to play the Chiefs twice, but 11-5 probably more realistic, but I could totally see it. So, they still have Drew Lock, who's very young. So I think they go Trey Lance. Hearing a lot, they really like Trey Lance. I think you go into the year with Drew Lock as your starter, and if he's just really isn't cutting it, then you put in Lance for the second half of the season, week 8, just see how he does. But I think this is a really good player to develop. And I think it will work out in their favor eventually. It's just going to take time with him. Just needs a lot of time to develop. So pick 10, Cowboys. Hearing a lot they want Kyle Pitts. I don't see why that's the goal. I think their defense is horrendous, so they need corners bad. And I think they take Patrick Surtain out of Alabama. Very safe pick. I don't think you can go wrong with Surtain in that Saban system. I think and obviously the Cowboys have a grave need for secondary, so I don't think you can go wrong here. Pick 11. I actually have a trade. I have the um Los Angeles Chargers trading up with the New York Giants to pick 11, and I think the Chargers will take Rashawn Slater out of Northwestern, protect Justin Herbert. So pick 12, the Eagles. Also, a lot of things they can do there, but wide receiver, probably their biggest need right now. I'll go Jalen Waddle just because Smith was taken by the Lions earlier. So I think they go Waddle. I don't think you can go wrong with either of them. So now the Giants have pick 13 in my mock draft. Their biggest need is probably tackle O line. I just think they go Christian Darrisaw, Virginia Tech, just another solid O line. This is a very deep O line drafting. I don't think you can really go wrong here. So pick 14, Minnesota Vikings. A lot of needs here on defense. I could see them really going anywhere. They signed Patrick Peterson in the offseason, but he's old. I don't really see him having a lot of time left. So I'm gonna go J.C. Horn out of South Carolina. I think the Vikings defense is something that they really need to patch up, especially the secondary. So I think they'll go J.C. Horn, develop him, and I think he's my favorite corner in this draft. So pick 15. We're just gonna stop at pick 16 just because I don't want to go the whole way. So pick 15. Obviously, this is the dream scenario for the New England Patriots, but I think it's a possibility Fields could fall right in their lap, and I have them taking Justin Fields. I would love this pick as a Patriots fan. I just got done actually watching like 30 minutes of Justin Fields plays from 2020, and he's just so good. He's so good in the pocket. Just looks at every read, and it's you really can't go wrong with that. I really hope he falls in their laps, but we'll see. So pick 16 will end it here with the Arizona Cardinals. A lot of these they can go with, but I think they take Christian Barmore out of um, Alabama, just another Alabama player. Their linebackers and defensive linemen tend to do pretty well in the NFL. So that's going to be it for the mock draft. Yep, I can't wait till Thursday. It's going to be an awesome time. I really can't wait to see what every team does, and there's a lot of needs to be filled with these teams, and it's going to be an awesome night for sure. So, kind of shifting away from the MLB, from the NFL, I kind of want to talk about some baseball a little bit. I kind of just want to discuss some things happening now that we're almost a month into the season. A lot going on, a lot of surprises. That's for sure. So I kind of want to talk about the American League East. So we have the Red Sox, who were a real shocker for me. I really did not think they would be this good. I actually think I had them third or fourth finishing the division, which could still happen, still a month in, but they look really good. Just an unbelievable offense that is just scoring runs. The pitching is just so improved. A lot of guys that like Garrett Richards had a great start tonight against the Mets. I think at 11 strikeouts, 7 innings. He was great. Hopefully he can get better, things like that. But I also want to talk about the Yankees, who are currently tied for last. And I think that the Yankees truly are. I don't know if they're in desperation mode yet, but it seems like whatever they've been trying to do over the past is just not working. Okay, they should have made a World Series the past 3 years. They should have. They should have won last year. They blew it in 5. They should have won the other year against the Astros. They didn't. I think their time is running out, and I think there's gonna come a day where you're gonna start paying these guys. You need to. Judge Stanton's contract is awful. He'll be on there forever. Gleyber Torres, who has not, I don't know what happened to him. He is just not the same player he was in 2019. 2020 he was awful, and this year he hasn't gotten any better. They just traded today Adam Tonchman for a career 5 ERA reliever. He was one of 3 lefties on the roster, and now it's Odor and Gardner, the only lefty hitters on the Yankees roster. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if it's time to fire Aaron Boone or, they won today. They won today pretty big. It's just guys really. This team is too talented to be in dead last in the first month of the season. It's too good. This lineup should not be like this. And obviously, the pitching hasn't gone the way they thought it was. I really like the rotation coming into the year. Obviously, Cole is awesome. Things like that. Kluber has not really lived up to the expectation I think the Yankees had. I don't think they were expecting him to be the Cy Young winner he once was, but I don't think they really expected him to be this underwhelming. And today he had a good outing. I think he went 7 innings, 1 run allowed, but again, it's the Orioles. So I don't know if that's just competition or what. So, but in other starts, he's given up 13 runs this year and 21 in 2/3 inning pitched. I don't know what's happening with the Yankees, but I think they will get better. I don't know if they'll finish first in the division anymore, just because it's kind of tough, especially after a rough start like this, to kind of get back to that prime form. I could totally see it though, but I just really think the team is too talented to be like this, and I don't know if it needs a management change or what. But that's just how it's going for the Yankees. I don't know, but really not much more to talk about here. So I appreciate everyone for listening. Kind of a short podcast today. I just kind of want to get on and get back in the momentum of things and just start releasing some more content. So I appreciate you guys for listening. Please follow me on Twitter and Instagram. The link is in the bio. So I appreciate everyone for listening, and take care.